Hello, good afternoon, Miss Cheryl. How are you doing?
I'm doing just fine. Thank you so much for asking. How are you doing?
Well, thank you as well, Miss Cheryl. I'm doing fine as well. So thank you for taking the time to do the interview. So let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Anna, and I am one of the members of Reality Achiever that is currently working on a school project in Foundation University. This project is related towards our interview for today because we are currently trying to innovate a social business that addresses to education. We understand that being a student, you also have certain struggles that hinders you from having full attention to your academics. And I am here as a representative of our team to listen to your concerns. I also want you to know that this interview may be recorded for our project purposes. Therefore, I can assure you that your answers would be confidential and would not be exposed to others. Okay, so are you ready?
I'm ready if you are, Miss Anna.
Okay, so before we proceed to our official questions, Ms. Cheryl, let me just know how are you feeling right now and what is your status that you have right now in your life?
Yes, thank you so much for asking that question. And actually, as of the moment, currently working two different companies. I actually studied before, or I kind of dropped this semester because I wasn't feeling like studies was my way of being successful because I already have two different companies that I'm currently working. So
Okay, so with that situation, Ms. Cheryl, so knowing on that situation that you are in a pandemic and you have that kind of situation right now in your life. So how would you describe your experience and why did you feel that way of your experience right now?
well, actually, it was kind of a hard decision. I didn't actually just decide this right away by the snap of my fingers. I actually thought about it throughout the whole semester, and this is actually the path that I want to take. Basically, further with my, I'm not going to continue with my studies. I'm just going to continue working, although I am an undergraduate. The reason why is because I started with working two different jobs because I wanted to support myself in studying because my parents does not have are not financially stable and they're already getting old, so it's not something that I want to give them the burden. So I actually start working, and then I thought that I could do this. Being a working student would be so easy because I'm really good with time management. I'm actually known with the good time management I handle with two of the companies, and also from my previous work, being trained as a branch manager. It is one of our specialities. But throughout the whole time and throughout the whole semester, I started encountering some struggles in my life. One would be choosing what would be the most important between all my priorities. Should I choose my work or should I choose my studies? The thing is, in my studies, we are actually on an online setup where we have certain um, activities that we have to meet and submit throughout the whole week. The thing is, I'm actually taking up BS in accounting, so there's a lot of major subjects that we have to make sure that we are um, setting up to the achieving the standards that they have put us onto. So this actually became actually it was actually hard for me rather because I was torn into studying very hard 24/7 or work throughout the whole day and actually get a higher salary out of it. And it actually gives me the difficulties in managing both because I lack a focus on both of it. I have poor performances on both. And one point I had poor performances because in my school I had to submit it on time. And there were a lot of subjects, especially all my majors, are having chapter exams every day. And then at the same time I'm working at night. And it's not just throughout the whole night. That's like 12 20 rather um almost sorry, like basically 24 hours because 8 p.m to 8 p.m to 4 a.m and then 4 a.m to 12 p.m. So that actually took up most of my time. And I don't really have the exact sleep. And this is one of the reasons why I actually pushed through to giving up my one of my priorities, which is studying further.
Oh, I see. That's really challenging situation that you have right now, Miss Cheryl. So, how did you feel about it? Did you feel sad, or how did you feel the way it is? If you would feel it.
Well, honestly, if this is regarding to the before and after of the situation, before when I was working, I find it unfair because I felt like I was the only one that have this that is going through the struggles. I felt upset and I was angry with why I was put in this kind of situation, and I start to be confused with what would be the best pathway because I felt like every move I make is like a certain chess um like the chess game where every move I make there's consequences, whether it's good consequences or bad consequences, which really have me more stressed because instead of focusing of what is happening as of the moment, I start to stress over my future as well. And this actually had me it went to one point where my stress level actually affected my health. I even went to the hospital back and forth, and that actually causes me to be absent on my work and at the same time in my school. And then I start realizing that I need my because it's more important. That is because my bills in the hospital, the my work is actually helping me out with that, but my studies is not helping me out with that. That's one of the reasons why I had to really stop with my education. And actually it's very upsetting because I have always been dreaming to finish college. I've always wanted to be successful after being able to study for that whole 4 year course. I thought it was easy. When I was in high school, I thought it's just 4 more years. What bad could happen? And what is the bad thing that could happen? And it kind of jinxed it because I started realizing that there's a lot of struggles. First year, second year, third year, what is the difference? You always face a lot of struggles. You feel like you finished you were able to solve one issue, you thought that you overcome it, but then you realize a bigger problem awaits you. So these are one of the reasons why I wanted to stop my studies because I'm already working. I'm working on a US company and I'm earning a lot from it. So why do I have to proceed with continuing with my studies when I'm already working? So those are one of my doubts at first because I was doubting that this would be a good future for me because I've always believed that I need to graduate and this will help me be successful. But over throughout after some time throughout my semester, and when I dropped midway in my semester I dropped and I start focusing in my study in my work. I realized that I'm able to earn more, and with this one I was able to realize that earning more money instead of investing to a better future is better as of the moment because I'm also able to help my parents out. At the same time, I'm also able to invest on other things that I was not able to do so before. And I'm kind of happy of my situation now.
Okay, so you did really stop your studies on this online distance learning education, Miss Cheryl? Am I right?
Yes, I stopped my studies.
Oh, unfortunately, and so sad for that. But yes, as well, I also interviewed some students, and they also said that like they have a moment in their life that they really wanted to stop studying because of this online distance learning situation and setup. So, can you please walk me through on this journey of yours, Miss Cheryl, on why did you decided to stop, and are you uninspired, or did you get unmotivated as of the moment that we are having on the online distance learning education na situation?
Yes, because actually don't get me wrong. Online studying is actually better compared to traditional school. Going to the traditional setup where you have to go to school because it's actually worse. I cannot handle my time management if I'm actually in school. If I have during the duration of transporting, transporting from one destination to the desired destination, it requires that certain time, which is very precious for me because that time can be converted to either for my, I could indulge it to my work or to my studies. So yes, my experience throughout the whole time is because I'm sorry, my experience throughout the whole semester is I tried my best. I tried so much to focus and balance both of my priorities, my studies and my work. I make sure that I have enough sleep so that I could perform well in my studies. After my studies, I would right away um continue with my studies. I'm sorry, after my work rather, I'm going to continue with my studies because I would, before I only work in one company and my shift was 11 to 7, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Now, I make sure that I have enough sleep so that by 11 p.m. I will be able to work and perform well. Once I'm done with working at 7 a.m., instead of sleeping, I will continue with checking on all my activities and my modules if I've already submitted everything, and then throughout the afternoon I will attend a lot of classes. This actually this actually stresses me because if one of the time schedule does not concise to or coincides with the desired schedule that I have allotted for that whole week, it clashes with everything. So if I ended up having a long call throughout my shift, I ended up not being able to check on my activities on my module. And if I'm not able to do that, it would be harder for me to attend my classes. And if I'm not able to attend my classes, there are some of the subjects that I would miss out. And if this happened, it actually discourages me, and then I become more uninterested in pursuing my studies.
Yes. Okay. So, with that experience of yours, Miss Cheryl, can you please name something or anything that you like and dislike most about that experience?
What I like the most about online studying is I was able to multitask. So let's say that they gave me an assignment, especially in my law. We have a lot of articles that we have to write in, and then I have other activities in other subjects. I'm able to do it throughout my whole shift at night. So around 11 p.m., if I wake up, I'm able to cater calls. At the same time, I'm actually doing my work. So it was actually a win-win situation for both my priorities. So those are one of the things that I like. Second, I like how flexible the time was because um they do not occupy your whole schedule throughout the whole week. They have twice a meetup throughout the whole week, and those are that is actually enough for me. And aside from that, what I liked about it is because all the teachers there are very understanding. Well, actually, there are other students who find it unfair for how other teachers would treat them. I'm just lucky enough that all my teachers are very understanding because I would always make sure that before a semester start, I'll inform my teachers the reasons why I will be able to miss out due dates, not be able to submit right away, or if ever there are certain reasons I cannot attend, it's because of my work. So I actually let them know that this is a my your impression. I would actually set up an impression already to them so that they would understand throughout the whole semester. But as a student also, I will also make sure that I will meet the requirements because playing the role of a student is also not easy if you are reckless because you are also affecting the performance of the teacher. So that is something that um, I am actually considering. And aside from that, regarding to my dislike, it's basically the time management as well. Because if teachers are providing a lot of activities, and I'm not able to meet it up because I'm working almost 24 hours, actually 20 hours if I'm not mistaken. I'm 16 hours rather. And with that, it's hard for me to balance. It's okay if I'm not working. Um I'll be able to meet the requirements. But the thing is I'm working 16 hours. I have only 8 hours left throughout that whole 24 hours. And I can't just indulge I cannot just invest my the rest of my 8 hours to my studies also because I cannot have lack of sleep because it will affect my performances for both my priority studies and also my work. So I had to really sacrifice one. And my priority right now is working because I believe that this will help me out with my future instead of um studying further.
Yeah, so that's a very interesting a storytelling from your experience, Miss Cheryl. Okay,
Storytelling.
yeah, yes. So with that experience, Miss Cheryl, what did you find most surprising or interesting about that, and how did you feel about that?
What surprises me is myself because I've never imagined myself being put in this situation because I actually grew up in abroad, and most of the elderlies like the seniors at that time, I would always hear stories where they dropped courses, they would switch courses, and my head is like, it's just 4 years. How bad does it go? Why are other people experiencing that? It's so easy. It's just 4 years. Study 4 years, and then after that, get a job. But then I was being put in that situation. I was being put in a certain, it's like I'm being placed in a maze where there are no directions. A maze with a lot of opportunities, and one move would lead to another opportunity. You don't know if it's a good opportunity or it's a bad opportunity. There are a lot of regrets. There are also a lot of things that you are grateful for. So that's something surprising because I never thought that I will be put in this situation where I had to choose between my studies and working. I never thought that I will be able to still have opportunities aside from studying. I'm able to work. But then again, throughout our whole time that we were in that you were interviewing me, I start to have this realization as well. Um, the fact that I was already contented that I'm working. I'm working and I'm actually earning from it. But then I realized I'm working on a US company. So it is actually taking up my night. So I'm not able to sleep at night. It's actually affecting my health as well. And I realized that people who finish studies or finish the whole 4 years and and is able to get a bachelor degree, they're able to work on a day shift, and which is they're also able to earn, and throughout the whole years in working, they'll also earn like with big salary, and with that they are also at the same time taking care of their health, as our body is our investment, because without our body we're not able to without our body, if we're not in good condition, we're not in good health, we will not be able to perform well as well. So I think that's something that I also regret. If I was also given the chance to be able to study again and not work, I will definitely be religious in my studies. I will definitely work hard. It's just that my problem is I cannot study right now because no one will finance me, and I cannot put the burden on my parents. But what is interesting about this experience is I never thought that I could be working. I could be this hardworking or determined. I never thought that I was able to be full of wisdom. I may not be as smart as others, but in terms of wisdom, I can assure you that throughout my whole experiences, I realized what are the good things or what are the good decisions or the bad decisions that I've made, and made me realize that I'm really good with my decisions. I think the only bad decision I had was giving up my studies, because I understand that academics is really important and it actually further your success. Although I am not just fortunate compared to other people to further their studies. That is the reason why I chose this path, because I felt like this is the only opportunity that I have. But if I had the opportunity to study again, that's something that I really want to grab.
Yeah, so thank you so much for that inspiring story and experience of yours, Miss Cheryl. So to end our interview right now, so is there anything or like any suggestion that you can make to better um better handle this kind of situation where others can also be motivated and inspired with this experience of yours, Miss Cheryl?
Yes, I guess being able to have the opportunity to study with free education, although I understand that public schools are offered, but here in our place in Negros Oriental in Dumaguete City, we only have one public school, and in one course they do not have like an unlimited students that they can accept. They have like limited students that they can only accept. So like for example, in their CBA, they are only able to accept 300 to 500 students. So I'm not able to apply, especially if there are a lot that is queuing onto that enrollment, which could meet the requirements. So us that are not able to meet the requirements are is very unfair because we are willing to study. It's just that we don't have the opportunity for free education. At the same time, if there are scholarships that are being offered, um that that is applied or applicable to a lot of students, I would want that as well. And aside from that, if ever it goes, if anyone is able to offer an online studying, I do hope that they have an online studying where we are able to study at the same time we're also able to teach. Because if I'm able to teach at the same time I'm earning from it, I'll definitely get to that. I will definitely have that platform. I will definitely join and invest myself into that kind of platform.
Yes, okay. So indeed, your experience is such an inspiration and a life-changing experience, Miss Cheryl. So I would really love to ask you more questions, but I believe I already have everything that I am looking for our output in our class. So thank you so much for the time, Miss Cheryl, for taking time to really be interviewed in our project, Miss Cheryl. Thank you so much and Godspeed, Miss Cheryl.
All right, and thank you also, Miss Anna, for giving me this opportunity to voice out my concern, my life, and thank you so much for giving me the chance to like talk about myself throughout the whole time. I really felt comfortable with you, Miss Anna. And if ever you need anything help or anything that I could help you out with, I'll definitely be free and you can just right away reach me out.
Okay, thank you so much, Miss Cheryl.
All right, thank you and have a great day. Goodbye for now.
Goodbye for now, Miss Cheryl.